Well, here we go, my first ever digital message. And I must say it feels somewhat strange to be talking to you like this, from a bedroom turned into an office. But in many ways, that's why I'm here today. At this moment, more than half the country, indeed half the world, is stuck at home, while the other half is engaged in a desperate fight to keep us alive, to keep us healthy, safe and sane. Among the latter, I know are countless alumni of Somerville and the university at large, all of them stepping up not only to fight COVID-19 on the front line, but also to develop the vaccines, conduct the research, and develop the next generation solutions that will protect us all in the future. They are a source of immense pride and admiration to us all. Meanwhile, for the rest of us, it's a waiting game. And while that might be less dangerous, it's not always easy. Lives are being profoundly affected by this pandemic, not just by the illness itself, but by poverty, by domestic violence, and by isolation. We're all struggling to adjust to this new normal, and the toll exerted by maintaining some semblance of normality while the world changes before our eyes should not be underestimated. That's why I wanted to share an idea with you. What if we shared the stories that got us through? What if I and some other Somervillians told you what keeps us going, keeps us feeling positive at the end of another long day, in the hope that it might create a bridge between us during this strange time? Who knows, you might even agree to share your own stories. I would love to hear them. And perhaps it's one small thing that we can do for each other at this very difficult time. So what's getting me through this strange period? First, I would have to say the garden, birdsong, and the sunshine, which I absolutely adore. Since I fell in love with gardening many moons ago, I've never had an opportunity to spend a long period at home in the springtime, and I'm amazed and delighted every day by the speed with which my seedlings and my plants are growing. The lane outside is mostly silent, apart from the occasional tractor, so all my waking hours are now accompanied by the singing of birds. When I'm working at my desk, I hear them outside the window, especially the house martins, which are nestling under the eaves. I'm also unbelievably fortunate to be locked down at home with my daughter, my son-in-law, and my granddaughter. This means that sharing the cooking and even the cleaning are great stress busters after hours in front of the computer and a crazy number of meetings on Teams. And baking with 5-year-old Freya is a real treat. We're both cake lovers, and a recent lime drizzle cake with blueberries and raspberries was a great success. Reading in bed has always been an important part of my life, but in a time of crisis, it's sometimes more difficult to focus than usual. However, two of the best books that I've read of late are The Long Petal of the Sea by Isabel Allende and A Bit of a Stretch by Chris Atkins. Allende's book is beautiful and covers the Spanish Civil War, the military coup in Chile, and deals with the themes of exile and immigration. It's peppered with quotes from Neruda, who's one of my favourite poets, who commandeered an old cargo boat to take political exiles from Spain to Chile. Chris Atkins, a documentary filmmaker, was sentenced to 5 years in prison, and he writes about a year he spent banged up in Wandsworth Prison. It's a terrible indictment of the state of our prisons, but it's also very funny. And of course, Zoom sessions, receiving emails and calls from family and friends are a lifeline, and it's good to be able to talk about the state of the world, the state of the country, and also to have a gossip, and sometimes it's good to share a laugh. For me, I also delight in seeing my 6-month-old grandson, who's now in Sweden, and talking to his mum and dad. So, for the moment, that's what's getting me through, and I wonder what's getting you through. It would be great if you could share some of your thoughts. Thank you.